is here next with more on our strange weather. And then stay tuned for a special report on the growing American investment in Russia. People there are thrilled to find something they haven't seen much of before: service.
And today, after some more Americans' investments in Russia, well, the fact is that some investors right here are way ahead of him. Tonight we begin a three-part series on the deepening ties between the Bay Area and Russia. Heidi Kuhn reports now on these investment pioneers.
This project.
Tad Bobak is a San Francisco entrepreneur making money in Moscow. He's capitalizing on 32 years of experience doing business with the Russians. One of his projects is remodeling the abandoned Academy of Sciences, a 22-story building. Ironically, into a center of capitalism and just minutes from the Kremlin. The city has given him 150 acres of prime downtown real estate. His joint venture will lease state-of-the-art office space to Western companies and provide executive housing for their employees along the Moscow River.
Moscow today is very shabby, but when you get out a little bit and you see the green and you see something new and modern, it allows you to feel better.
Not far from the Academy of Sciences, a recent trade fair occurred where other Americans distributed their wares in an attempt to raise Russia from the rubble. And the Russians are already toasting to such investments. From mid-sized Silicon Valley companies like Varian to General Motors, U.S. businesses and Russian partners are making money providing something that's missing from Russian life: service.
If we're going to be successful in Russia, we're going to be successful because we take care of our customers.
Other investments like this general store owned by Steve Putoff of Saratoga are finally paying off.
This is a Wild West venture out here, and you've got to deal with the Russians as they want to be dealt with, not the way we would like them to be dealt with.
Here, businessmen don't put as much stock in the final deal as they do in lasting personal relationships.
Americans are lucky. They do business like playing balalaika. Money, goods, goods, money, money, goods, goods, money. But in my country, now it is like playing organ. You have to use both hands, both legs, in order to keep the tune.
Time is of the essence in this country. For the future of Russia depends upon global opportunities through joint ventures. This is Heidi Kuhn reporting from Moscow for News Center 4.
Tomorrow night, Heidi will tell us how to motivate Russian workers, right down to teaching them about time clocks and pay raises.
And only part of the reason Yeltsin is in Washington. He also wants Western help in rebuilding his economy, help in the form of money and know-how. Tonight, as we continue our inside look at the changes in Russia, Heidi Kuhn reports on teaching Russian workers Western-style methods.
Peter Antonov is an example of the modern Russian worker and the product of an American company's ability to institute Western standards and motivate the labor force. He is part of the new middle class.
We must make a different structure of society, a class of owners that knows the value of money, property, and labor, and is ready to create a real value society. This class was extinguished here. All people depended on government, and this is the way everything was decided.
That's changing now, thanks to joint ventures like the French Novotel and Canadian Aerostar Hotel.
We have 450 Russian staff in this hotel, and we've hired pretty well all our employees without previous experience. We've trained them on the job with great success, I might say.
Training includes motivation. Here, employees are paid in rubles but receive hard currency bonuses. Employee benefits, a new concept, includes a comfortable working environment and free food. Another successful joint venture began through Aeroflot and Marriott Hotels, providing 10,000 meals daily to 22 international airlines. Over 700 Russian workers operate in state-of-the-art kitchens with safety features and sanitary conditions.
It's been fairly easy to motivate the employees because we've made such big changes in the work conditions.
Yet change is only beginning, for in reality, most Russian managers have no joint venture. It's been nearly a year since the people of Leningrad voted to rename the city St. Petersburg. While political transition is rapidly occurring, as the sign shows, some physical changes still take time. This is Heidi Kuhn reporting from St. Petersburg for News Center 4.
And still ahead tonight on News Center 4 after a quick check.
Boris Yeltsin's first free election last June unleashed the concept of choice for the Russian people. That taste of freedom has spilled over into their personal lives. Today, there is an outburst of religious freedom. Russians are choosing icons to replace pictures of Lenin as the people struggle for faith in the midst of economic chaos.
The West, first of all, must understand the gist of the spiritual processes which are taking place now here in Russia.
Artistic expression of the soul has also been allowed to resurface.
We are now in an era of artistic glasnost. Artists may now express themselves without fear.
Russian artists like the late Anatoly Sokolov were once scratched from the pages of history. Now families like his are returning national treasures.
That was a great moment in my life, and I'm looking on it, and I'm very happy that at least my father will be known for centuries and centuries.
Igor and Marcia Sokolov, both San Francisco residents, brought more than paintings. They brought $1,000 collected in the Bay Area to assist young artists with the tools to paint a bright future.
It is a hard time in our country, and we needed help. Thank you very much.
While Russians have few choices on the shelves, there is now an abundance of religion, art, and culture nourishing the soul through difficult economic times. According to the Russian Orthodox Church, social and economic change cannot be accomplished without incorporating a sense of spiritual values. This is Heidi Kuhn reporting from Volokolomsk, Russia for News Center 4.